Hello, 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 hello there. Hello there. Welcome here to Current Situation Media. Today is Tuesday, Primetime Tuesday, Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Here, we'd like to welcome you guys here from around the world. And tonight we will be discussing Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas, national politics. As we all know, Grand Gedehs across the U.S. and in the diaspora, they are gearing up to head to Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, next month for a national convention slash election. So, and May 9th to 11th. So tonight we have special guests. We have three special guests. We have Mr. J.J. Dennis, who is the former president of the Gbarzon District Association in the Americas. He will be joining us shortly. We also have Mr. Uh, Daniel Pyne. Daniel Pyne, former Green Gedeh Association in the Americas National Board Chairman, will be joining us. And Mr. Levi, president of Green Gedeh Association in the Diaspora, will be joining us as well. So stay tuned and share this here. As we are with them, we will go ahead and play some music here, and they will be on shortly. But how you guys doing? It's Tuesday. It's Super Tuesday and also Prime Time Tuesday. All right, Super Tuesday, Prime Time Tuesday. Welcome here to Current Situation Media here. So, yes, so we have three important guests. We have a lot of issues trending within the Grand Gedeh Association in the Americas, as Grand Gedehs also prepare for, big event, national convention, and there will be election. And we have two candidates. The current president, Madam Edith Poor, very likable and popular. And we also have the other candidate, Mr. Octavius Gilman. He's also likable and popular. He's a businessman, and he will be in Des Moines. Octavius will also be in Des Moines this weekend, official launching of his campaign. He will be in Des Moines here, and the campaign will be launched at Tafari. So we will be there to bring you guys live update as well. Yeah, so Des Moines will be very busy with Team Amuna, however you pronounce it, but Octavius and Slow Team will be in Des Moines, Iowa this weekend here. So you have a lot of training topics here, and but we are awaiting our guest. So how you're doing is Tuesday here. Make sure that for your upcoming promotional advertisement, graphic design, DJ services, whole rental, let us know your contact Current Situation Media. Our passion is our passion is our profession. Yeah. So contact us here for all those services. We do a lot of digital work here, podcast, t-shirts, backdrops, wedding invitation, floor decoration as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to Current Situation Media. It's Tuesday. We're gonna play some music here. Let's try to play some crowd music here. Let's see here. Let's try to search some crowd music here. It's a 1 hour non-stop crowd music. Let's try to.
Your Kevin, and Walimboe, Zero Clan, Moabli Abendai, Ushakajina, and Kocho, I say Moema. So, I'm on the Kocha, I'm on the Kocha, Chaga Zulu, Moawea, l'enfant Freddy, Mondé. Alma kwa Gedeh, Alma kwa Gedeh, Alma kwa Swag kwa Gedeh. Soubena Swag kwa Gedeh. Moye Rubobia Swag kwa Gedeh. I'm on big watch out. yeah, the better you are, better you. As I run you, give the key on to my name, better you are, better you. Take it, so go as I run you, as I get, I know, as I get. Swear, I'm your way, I'm on the watch out, better you. As I run you, I'm on the watch out, better you. As I run you, I'm better you. As I run you.
Oh, man, play the music, man. I enjoying it. All right. Nice watching, Gedeh. All right. Oh, thank you. Hey, Mr. Vinton. We've been there for. I know that's. You're not dark. You're not dark, is it clear?
Yeah.
All right. What?
I wanted to move. Is it clear enough?
Yes. Hello, gentlemen.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah. I can see you guys clear. I can hear you guys loud and clear. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How about the picture? Is the picture clear too?
Yes.
Okay, I want to give it some more light, but if it's clear, then that's fine.
Yes, you can give it more light, but I can see you guys clear. I know the audience will be seeing you guys clear here. So let's go ahead.
1 minute.
All right, we're gonna take some time to share this segment here to our audience.
Bright and clear.
Voila. That's it.
Yeah, a friend said voila. They say voila, voila.
No, is it voila?
No, it's a voila.
Voila mean to see. Voila voila. V-O-L-A. Voila.
Yeah.
I mean, you're surprised. Voila.
You're
surprised. But voila means to see.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the what I'm saying.
Oh, no, but I'm saying voila.
Okay, I'm saying voila.
So that's
So how you gentlemen doing?
Well, we're doing fine.
We're doing good, man. Thanks.
All
How
right.
you doing?
I'm doing great here. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue to share this here. We're gonna share the post in some inbox and some groups here. So before we start, where is Mr. Khan?
Yeah, Khan will be coming on. I did send him the link,
Yes.
and so he should be coming. I talked to him previously,
Yes.
and he's supposed to be coming in.
Okay. So Mr. Khan will be on here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we going to continue to share this here in different chat groups within on Facebook or within GGAA and GGAD as well. So, gentlemen, how's the week going? How's the week going? I know you guys are gearing up here for Des Moines, Iowa, official launching of Team Amuna. Am I saying it right? Amuni or Amuna?
Amueno.
Amuenu.
Yeah.
We will do it.
Amueno.
Amuenu.
Yes.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Amuenu. All right. So, are you guys going to be in Des Moines this weekend for the launching?
Hopefully, we'll be there.
Okay. Yes, because I know your stand-up bearer Otavius booked Tafari, and they will be launching. I know the city will be packed.
Yeah.
And pop busy again.
Yeah.
Back to back, the city will be busy again this weekend. So gentlemen, I know you guys. This is your second time on the platform, but you guys are familiar face. So let's get down to business here. I'll just give our insight of one of the trending issue within GGAA. We have a lot to discuss tonight. We should be on for 2 hours here. Talk about the Minnesota saga, where they have a new leadership. Bring us up to speed. Bring the audience up to speed. Walk us through what went wrong in Minnesota that you guys think that it was not is not right.
Yeah, thank you, Vidam, for bringing us on again. And I want to thank Current Situation Media for taking this opportunity to highlight the issues in our community and inform Grangians, especially those in America and in the diaspora, as well as people back home of what is happening within the community. So the issue in Minnesota is one of a dysfunctioning, disoriented administration backed by an insensitive board that will not be able to look at issues in regard to the Constitution and come up with a clear mandate. So the issue that is in Minnesota happens before when I was board chairman. Okay, so it's not the first time that people in Minnesota would just go amok and try to circumvent the Constitution and create chaos in the community. So when it came about, at that time, there was an issue of leadership, and the national administration wrote the board to go and investigate. And the board went in and sent 2 teams to investigate. At the end of those investigations, we were able to come up with a resolution and a decision that was sent to the administration. The administration then went and implemented that. But in the current situation, we see that the lack of leadership from the board is being very troubling, because given the fact that you have people like Irekon, who have been on the board for the past 15 years, and he's shadowing Ulukara and all the other people that are there who are not even up to date with the Constitution, to just jump up that somebody went and wrote and said, oh, we overthrew the administration to the national administration, and then they accepted it while the board not seeing anything. So it is the reverse of the proper way of doing it. So it is not proper at all. Anything that is done that is not proper is not proper. The first thing is that when the letter went to the administration from Kamate Dien, that they have a new leadership in Minnesota, that alone raised a concern. Why there's a new leadership when there's a leader there now? So administrations were called for an investigation, but since they are not close with the authority of carrying out those investigations, they should have informed the board. The board would then send an investigating team to Minnesota to ascertain what went wrong. But even with that, at the surface of that, the president, elected president, Floyd George, went and wrote the board concerning the situations and sent a copy to the administration. The board received that letter and in good faith said that they were carrying an investigation. But a few days ago, when the board had a meeting, that item was not even on the agenda. Another board member had to make sure that it gets on the agenda, just to find out that they came up with the how do you call it, decision that the letter was not properly written to the board. So Floyd George should write the letter again. But here it said the administration has recognized Bobby Tory. And they are going on, registering people, sending in lists. So what kind of bizarre attitude is that? So it is bad. It's absolutely bad. And it's not working good for the people in the community. That's showing seeds of disunity and confusion in the community.
Thank you. So how is Minnesotans are reacting or reacted to this here? And what is the legal step that Mr. Floyd George is going to take, or have he conceded and embraced the new leadership?
Right now, as we speak, while we are on the show, they are on the board member, a board member from Floyd George administration, and there are some other officials are now on Prince Double show, including Floyd himself, telling them that what went on in Minnesota is completely wrong. And the fact that the administration has just jumped the gun to just recognize Bobby Tory from the clear blue sky is completely out of context with our Constitution. But of course, we know why Gedeh is doing that. Gedeh is doing that because she's looking for votes. And you know what, Vinton? The Election Commission had guidelines. Those guidelines are continuing to be disregarded. Either at the first time, when she disregarded the guidelines of the Election Commission, she was going to Georgia for a mini convention. She suspended registration. The Election Commission never said anything. This time around, the Election Commission put out a deadline of the 6th of April, being the deadline that all registration or all those who are supposed to vote for the various chapters should be in. At the 11th hour, they have changed that date from the 6th to the 11th. So, 12. So the 12th, so that they can allow people from Minnesota to be able to register, because all the places that we have seen, even in our very backyard, Philadelphia, she's not holding good numbers. So she wants to get almost about 300 people from Minnesota to come and then, fill the list so that she can be able to stay in power. But that's not going to happen. We'll reach to that later, but there's the issue. That's how everything stands right now.
So,
Floyd George, yeah, just to add, Floyd George is taking the issue to the people because he are going to the board. The board are not ready officially to say, okay, the case is dismissed, but they're just saying that he should write again the proper way. I don't know what is the proper way. If you write to the secretary, you are of an institution now, Mr. Vinton, and you are the head. You got your co-chairman, you got secretary. And they send a letter to the secretary. Fan Levi is on. And they send a letter to the secretary. Are you saying that because the letter went to the secretary, it didn't go to you as the chairman? So that's where we stand.
Thank you for that update here. What's your thought on the whole Minnesota new leadership coming in like this, and how you think that the people of Minnesota, the Grand Judeans, going to reacting to this here, and will they lead to another chaos during this upcoming election? Because I remember in the morning there was a little chaos in one of the halls, and so give us your perspective and some insights on this.
Oh, thank you very much. Anyway, my name is not on your screen, but anyway, that's fine. One thing I want to make let the Grenadian know tonight on your show is when it comes to election, we have followed it for a very long time.
Right.
When I first got in the United States, the first convention I attended was an election convention in Des Moines, Iowa. That very Des Moines there. We met there and there was chaos. When I say chaos, I mean people that register could not vote. People that did not register could vote because the incumbent was, I mean, not the incumbent now, but because it was, of blind field. There were two different people that were running, Mr. Pay Dennis and Henry Glay. People that was supporting Henry Glay at that time that did not register because they were present, the election commission allowed them to vote. That was a chaos. Election result was not given that very night. It was given that very night, but by that time, everybody left. In fact, we were at the election poll when the police came and took us from there. Everybody scattered. The ballot box were taken to Henry Glay's camp to be counted. That election, people said, let us forget it. Oh, let's forget it. We are Grenadier, Henry won, and that's it. We forgot it. The second election again, we went to Philadelphia. Yeah, we came to Philadelphia. People that were supporting Mr. Henry Glay at that time, the incumbent, refused to register with the chapter, which is New York chapter. It was a big issue again, and we said so long they did not register, they are from New York, they didn't register, they were not going to vote because a chapter was there. People went and registered directly with the administration. That took us to court. That result took us to court. The next election I went to was the one we had in Rhode Island. That election brought division because the election commission and the incumbent at that time, no, not the incumbent, the election commission and another group, they were working together. And that particular group, one that was Mr. Collins. Collins won that election. That election, because of the foul play again, it brought in division. That's how we came up with the Rhode Island chapter, breaking away from the New England chapter. Then we went to Texas, the Texas election again. That was the incumbent. That election result was very, very chaotic again. The election commission took side with the incumbent at that time. So I'm giving you some of this thing that every time election come in, some games can be played. Now, when we left the era, the free and fair election that was held under my watch, I was one of those that was in the administration to help the interim president, Mr. Ransom Wright, the one we had in Ohio. It was free and fair. Every little thing that we knew, we tightened it because we wanted for it to be free and fair. It was free and fair. Mr. Mayor won that election. After Mayor, we went to Minnesota. Mayor did not attend that election because the poll and the administration had an issue. Mayor did not attend. That election, was it free and fair? People will say yes, but like me, because of what I've been following, I know that it was not free and fair. Even in Minnesota, they brought lists of people that were not registered. They went for them to vote. It was chaos again. But hey, Jane Yobote won that election. Then we went to Iowa, where you yourself, maybe you were there or you're not there, where police, they all had to be involved. So when you come into this kind of, very good. So when you come into election, everybody want to do all their dirty things then to make sure that the election is in their favor. Now, Minnesota, the reason right now they are having program, they are on print double show. Minnesota is planned, is calculated by this administration because the Bobby Tory, who endorsed Inepoa was doing everything possible to remove the present president. That we were in Iowa when the mechanism was set up from Iowa. This going last Saturday when we were there. That when they go back, they was going to do everything possible to impeach or to remove Mr. Josh. Yes, it was
But let me,
calculated.
yeah, but
It
let
was
me,
calculated so that they can
let
be
me,
able to register
Mhm.
non-Grenadian.
But let me hold you right there, sir.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any substantial evidence or facts that this current leadership orchestrated this?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
We couldn't. I would not be able to show you evidence,
Yes.
but from the way things happen, then of course we know that the current leadership is part of it
But
because
you say from the way
listen,
things happen, just by observation, observation is not substantial. Do you agree with me that observation is not substantial?
it's not
Yeah,
substantial.
yeah.
Yes.
It's not substantial.
So what? Give me something substantial.
Okay. What I'm looking at here is that if anything happen as a national administration, you got to investigate. You can't just conclude that yes, what happened is good, and then you recognize a president. What conclusion? What do you know happened in the area there? Did you investigate how Mr. George Floyd George was removed? Did you investigate, or because you heard it, you just agree that oh this is a new president? Now the case is going to the board. Why can't you wait to know exactly what happened in that chapter as a national president or as an administration? And then you just agree. So what we saw, what we observed in Des Moines came to fruition. That's why we are saying, yes, the national administration is aware of what's going on because the incumbent want more people to register to pay $10 to come to vote at the Kentucky convention.
Thank you. Let's welcome the honorable himself, CEO. That's my good friend, Mr. Levi Khan. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Venton. Thank you for establishing the platform so we can have a space to discuss our community discourse. And it just only doing good by our people to have the kind of discussion and to inform people on the happenings in our community. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I just want to let our viewers, those that just joining us here, we are live streaming from 3 platforms. We are live streaming from our current situation media page. We're live streaming from YouTube, and we're also live streaming from our page here, Vinton Hook's page. And if you want to ask question or join the discussion, let us know. We will send you the link, and you are welcome to come in here. We are discussing GGAD Association in the Americas, politics here. There's a lot of training issues going on here, so we have a lot of time here to opine and hear from both sides. So feel free to join us, whether you are watching from the Eden Upward team here. If you want to join us, let us know. We'll send you the link. You can come on. You can ask those guys some follow-up questions. If you want to write their comments, we'll read your comments. So, Mr. Khan, here, before we ask you any question here, let's see if you can do a public and official or live endorsement. Who are you endorsing, or who are you leaning with in this election, and why?
Thank you, Venton. I've gone in the public space and brought out who I have been supporting over the last few years, and I won't shy away to say that tonight. I'm actually publicly I will let you know that I'm supporting Otavia Gilman, and it's not that Edith done anything wrong to me or I felt anything else about Edith. I personally respect Edith as as a person. However, as an aggressive, as a aggressive leader in the progressive sense, I see Otavia Gilman, bringing in a new set of idea. And for the last, I don't know how many years in this community, we have been trading on a one single idea, and this idea had not been working.
What are
And
some of the new
because,
ideas? I would like for you to be specific when you say bringing in a new idea.
for example, recognizing that the Grand Jury Association in America is a big organization that need office space in this union, where we will have open office space in Philadelphia, where Grand Jury Association, as one of the biggest organizations in the country, can have a representation where physically people can go and meet leaders. That's something new. That's progressive, because if you feel we are, and everybody in the community know that we are one of the biggest organizations, but we don't have an office space. What happens is when somebody becomes president, their address becomes Grand Association address. And then when it goes to somebody else, it becomes the person's address. And unfortunately, if I'm in office and I don't have an address, then it goes to my friend's address. And that's very, very belittling of the kind of organization we have. So Otavia Gamer is saying, given the nature of this organization, given the size and the magnitude behind this organization, we must have an office space where people can go and meet us. That's one. That's very progressive. From a good young man who knows how to do these kind of things. Two, he brought up, we got the old fashioned way of doing things where people will be doing things, they're collecting money from people, you pay $10 to go in, anybody that to call you to pay money and this and that. This organization has passed that level. If we agree that we have over 2,000 people or over 10,000 Grenadians living in this country, and they are part of this organization, why can't we come up with some ideology that will assist in generating money? We get the manpower, we got the workforce. Why can't we create a different way to generate money? So Tavia come in with who is business minded and said we will put ourselves in a position where we can write grant. And me understanding grant writing as well, something that I do. Uh, it creates what we call a platform that they can see, for which they will help you with your grant. So what have you done? What are some accumulated report that can tell you that you're doing certain things? So now one of the things he wants to do, create a in-house insurance that will bring out a ton of money. People paying just anything between a little between 15, 20, $30 for in-house insurance. We is a very, and I have insurance company, and Mr. Pyne on there knows about insurance. A lot of people in the company know about insurance. With life insurance company, we know that it can be done in a mutual organization like ours. And now this insurance thing will bring out a lot of money. And when somebody passes away, unfortunately, in our community, like Ceci they passed recent time, we won't take $300, or we'll not be asking people to collect $10 in the house. Why people grieving, you going to them bring $10, so we'll go out there and speak. That's very shameful. We will be able to provide money prior to going to this kind of program to give the family so that they can take care of their loved one. That's a progressive idea. A
What
lot of
is
Rangers
Yeah, go ahead and break down. We will be going back and forth here. Go ahead and break down. Just give us a brief idea. What is in-house insurance for the benefits
so
of the audience who want to know what is
so so
in-house?
so a lot of mutual organizations do this. And I'm now going to go into detail about a lot of different pieces of insurance. But for example, for this one that they want to do, so they trying to target, like I said, Grenada Association have over 2,000, 10,000, I would say, over 10,000 membership. But they were they were targeting just 1,000 people. They say they agree 1,000, even 500 people agree to have insurance program that we can or manifest through GGAA. Let's say 500 people agree to say, I'm just giving a hypothetical. I'm not reading the exact numbers. Okay, we'll just do a hypothetical math here. Let's say each person pay $20 every month for life insurance. And because it's in-house, we're not checking blood pressure and do that and do that. We're not doing all that. That's in-house thing. It's managed in-house. And it's recognized by IRS, that kind of mutual insurance. It's recognized. It's not wrong. It's something that can be done. So you got 500 people. If you did a math, I don't go at math, so I got to take my pen and do some calculation here. So we'll just go along.
So,
Um,
so 500 times 20, so give you
520
about,
is what?
it's about 100,000.
520, that's 10,000
10,000,
times.
sorry, 10,000.
Yeah, yeah. In a month,
10,000 times 12.
times 12.
Yeah.
That's
10,000 times 12 is,
120,000.
that's
Yeah,
120,000. That's what I'm
yeah,
coming up to. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
120,000. That's 500 people paying into the fund. in-house.
Yeah.
We so the first thing that $120,000 does, the first thing that $120,000 does when we collect $120,000 a year, if the people buy into it, it established a guaranteed credit line with banks in the first place. You put $120,000 in bank, you're there. The bank respect you. That one thing, you get credit line. Okay, that one thing. When I even tell you about who will die, who will pay, when I get to it, so you establish a better credit line. You can go in that bank and say you want 500,000, they can give it to you. You got to know a certain income is coming a certain time. That's one aspect. The second
Yeah, but
aspect, let's say,
let me interject. Let me stop you there again. So looking at the
yeah,
magnitude and Mr. Pyne and also Mr. Dennis, you guys can come in and do a follow up with Mr. Khan. So looking at the magnitude of Grand Gedeh Association and the membership that is pretty much across, do you think the organization can afford the monthly payment and to sustain your in-house insurance?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Go ahead, Mr. Pine.
Yeah. Yes. That question has been something that grandchildren have been doing for time and time immemorial. We go to convention. Chapters are responsible to collect dues. One of the problems we have now with the Minnesota people that they don't want to pay $120 to go to the convention is that because they're not paying their meeting dues. And our organization said to be a member, you must be a due pay member. So in as much you agree to pay $5 a membership due, and to get something that got $15,000 to $20,000, they're asking you to pay $20 or $25 a month. Graduates are willing to do that. Every year they go to convention. They go to convention, they pay $50 every year to enter. That $50 they pay every year to enter, when they pass away, graduate association getting $300. And they $300 to give them. If they have the will and determination to pay $50 every year to go to convention, and to know that something that is associated with their health and the well-being when they lose a family member, definitely they're going to do it. But what is the problem? The problem is that the people are fatigued. They are tired. They put the money, they are not seeing any realistic thing. So this progressive idea that Levi is bringing out from the Gamers Slough team will make people to say, okay, you know what? We have been doing this thing here for a long time. We give them. Why can't we give money on our own benefit? So yes, they will be able to do it.
And in addition to that, Victor, is we all in America work. You go to work, you get insurance from your working area. But if you leave your work for any reason, your insurance gone.
After 30 days.
Yes.
After 30 days, if you
It means that you're going to get it from your pocket in order for you to keep it. But the company you not pay the money to your company, but you want to pay your insurance premium to the Grand Gedeh Association. And in addition to that, we just assuming that we get 10,000 Grand Gedeh in America. What is the database? We don't have a database. So this particular Gamers Slough team is saying that, first of all, let's be exact with our numbers. So they want to create a database. So we know how many Grand Gedeh in the United States. And now all Grand Gedeh that are in the United States are members of the Grand Gedeh Association. Unless you pay your dues, then you become member of the Grand Gedeh Association. So statistically now we are fluctuating. We don't know exact, but this is the incoming administration is going to make sure for us to know the exact Grand Gedeh that are in the United States, and that will bring the insurance policy to something that people can understand. And I'm sure
we will do a follow up. Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm sure that they will follow it because they know what insurance meant or what insurance entailed in the United States.
Okay, we will do a follow up here on that in-house insurance, and we'll go into it in depth. So
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Vincent. I just want to make a point real quick before we go. So we did some kind of math, just a rough math, and it don't have to be 500 people. It can even be 150 people, 200, 300, and we'll just trickle that math down. But depending on how many people invest into it, that's how much money you will get. Let's say we stick with our 500 people, and we are not praying. We get in the year that we get about 3-4 people died. who are part of the program. And mind you, and not all Grenadier will invest into it. People who have interest in investing, they will do that. If you got old man, the kind of thing, you will do that. You know, everybody can go in life insurance. So it's not forced for every Grenadier to participate in it. But let's say we get 500 people to do that, and we get that 120,000. And we are saying if somebody dies, the average cost for a funeral in the place here for poor people is about around 10,000. So we say, okay, let's hold it to that level. We get 4 people pass away in that 1 year. We pay $40,000. We left with 80,000 left in the bank. We left with 80,000. Now we still get 500 people want to pay. You know what we can do? We go get 80,000, and we know 4 people died last year. We can reduce that $20 to $10. We can say if some we get a base already 80,000 now stay in the bank. You'll pay $10. And it can come down to that $10, and it will still be able to pay that benefit and get bottom lines still left in the account to give up credit lines and allow us to do different things. So that's the insurance part of it. And of course, the progressive agenda is so big, and I can tell you a few more things if you want me to.
Okay, well, we will do follow up. We will monitor. Just in case Octavius wins the election here, we'll come back to that in-house insurance, see how it's going to be achieved and benefiting the organization as a whole. Gentlemen, election is, I would say, a month away. I'm gearing up for Kentucky. Current situation gearing up. Grenadians across the United States are gearing up. Grenadians in the diaspora are gearing up here. And Mr. Dennis just broke down the past elections, how there's always been a problem, chaos, police being called, and it happened in the morning. And I think one of the elections that I think was really peaceful. I think it was maybe Arizona, but I was not there. I kind of follow up here. So now we have a month away. Everybody gearing to Kentucky. So my question to you guys here, you guys can go one at a time here. Looking at how things been happening in the past, and don't get me wrong, most Grenadians, especially the youth, they attend these national convention for the fun of it. They don't care who wins. They've been working throughout the year. They haven't traveled here, and they are meeting up people. Grenadians are coming from different parts of the world. They're excited. Some of them meet their spouses, their future husband, and they meet their friends that they haven't seen in a long time. So with regards to the youth, I'm talking about the ages, maybe if they do go now, and most of them do attend from 18 all the way to 24 or 25, they come just to socialize. They're not really engaged into the politics, and the adults don't get engaged into the politics. Give me an assessment of how things going to look like for those 3 days from May 9th and 11th here. Do you think with regards to security-wise being orderly, composing, at the election, do you think there will be a chaos with regards to, how the commissioner is going to conduct this election? And if there's a chaos, how this will be solved? How you think Grenadiers are going to compose themselves and have a very successful gathering for 3 days?
All right, let me come in. That question is good that you're asking us, but I think the administration is supposed to be the one you're supposed to ask, because they are running the day-to-day activity of it right now. But if Gamers win the next convention, it will be different, because there will be some activities for the youth to be able to partake. I mean, we might be having like sporting activity and some other thing, because that's why most of the youth don't go to our conventions, because they say we talk a lot. There's nothing on the table that we can discuss. And when we are discussing, we're just discussing right now. We don't know the agenda for this year convention.
So the agenda has not been published yet?
I don't know whether they publish it. No. All we know, everybody talking about election. The formality, how the election going to look like, we don't know. When I was working with Ramsey Wright, as I said, in Ohio, the convention I brought this Mayor in, at this time, the election commission knew exactly what it's supposed to look like, who and when and where. But right now, we don't know anything about what their plans are. We don't know what the administration is doing. I don't know. So when the young adults go there or the youth go there, what they going to expect, what they going to see, nobody know. As far as we're concerned, we just see flyer, election, election, election. The date of the convention, what will be on the table for the agenda, I don't know. Maybe my colleagues know, but I, JJ, then do not know. So I'm in doubt.
Mr. Pyne, do you think this election going to be free and fair? And do you think that this current leadership or administration will do everything in their power to make sure everything is being orderly conducted?
Well, the free and fair is a very good word to use, but whether the free and fair were applied directly to the nature of which it stands for is another thing to be seen. Because from the behavior of the Election Commission, there seems to be partisan and there seems to be disorganized. So they are not laying the groundwork for to see an orderly achievement or an orderly outlet of the whole electoral process, because they make they give information out that they don't stand by. Okay, they are not giving information out as they're supposed to. They are not even engaging the teams or in calling the representatives to a meeting to update them on the current situation of the Election Commission. So we are hoping and we are praying that the election should be free and fair, and it should be transparent, and we should have an orderly convention. But as my brother just said, it depends on the conduct of the administration and the board, because these two institutions make together the running of the organization in the absence of the convention. But this election, the convention will play a very important part, because the convention will have a say. If there's any malpractice or things that are now going on, those things will be brought out during the convention. For example, the issue of the Minnesota chapter. Why is it that the board has not sent an investigating team to investigate the situation in Minnesota, and then they allow the administration to recognize somebody who are overthrown? Okay, somebody who was not even a due paying member to overthrow the current president, and the board is not saying anything. So the conduct of this convention, while we are praying and hoping that it should be peaceful, what depends on how these people that stay on their board for 17 years, some of them 18 years, I came there in 2007. So the people are on the board, they are still there.
So Mr. Pyne, as a former chairman of the board, how long did you serve?
I served, 2 years, right? No,
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years.
I served 3 years. Yeah.
Okay. So let's use the proposition if.
Mhm.
If you were the current chairman and this issue transpired in Minnesota, walk us through. What would be your action right away?
So it happened because
Mr. Pyne, you want me to come in and address
come,
what happened?
No, let Mr. Pyne answer this,
Yeah.
Mr. Khan. I will come to
Yeah,
you.
Mr. Khan, wait.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I handled this issue before. The very Minnesota had Pyne, and this lady.
Yeah.
Huh?
Eki.
Zaza.
Okay. Being supported by the outgoing administration of LSDR at the time, and Pyne, being supported as a new leader coming in. The outgoing leader wanted Eki to remain, but the people in Minnesota wanted Pyne, So there was a confusion. So when this issue came about, the administration of Tim Collins wrote to the board and said there's confusion in Minnesota, so we want you to please investigate that. In fact, it was not Tim, sorry, it was the administration of Fred Graham. Sorry,
Fred.
not Tim.
Fred.
It was Fred. Okay, and then we went in, and then what? Sent in 2 investigating teams. One headed by Asif War. Asif War brought his report, and another one headed by Gordon Wright. And Gordon Wright brought in his report. So when we look at the report, they both voted unanimously that Pyne should be the leader from Minnesota. Then we wrote back to the administration and told them, say, look, from our investigation, Pyne, is the president for Minnesota. And then the administration accepted that because it is not their role to investigate, it's the board rules to investigate. So in the current situation, what I would have done, or what I would tell Lukala to have done, was to say, okay, either you are not rating us, but as leader of this community, we don't want chaos at the convention. We are hearing that this thing is happening. So therefore, we're going to send an investigating team. But here, pray me, to make Lukala's job very easy, Fraud George wrote him. That's complete evidence he had. To say, okay, since we have this letter from Fraud George, we don't have to wait for the administration to write to us. We are seeing things that are going wrong. So therefore, we must send an investigating team. But now you want to threat on technicality that the road is secretary and not the chairman. So the grievance of Fraud George is not genuine, and you sit back. That would be what I would do as board chair, or what I have done in the past. And these things, Vintam, they are tantamount to derating the whole convention, because you are playing with other people's votes.
You got two presidents there.
Yeah, you have two leaders. And the very funny thing about it is now, they receive money from Floyd George. They receive voter list from Floyd George. Now they're receiving money from Bobby Tory, and they are receiving voter list from Bobby Tory. So who is the real leader? But yeah, you want to put on a placard, fake placard, and, to sort of pacify these people who you call president, and say that Bobby Tory is the president. But then Floyd George, his name is not mentioned, but he took his money. You see that?
Okay. Let me bring in Mr. Khan here. And thank you for the role that you will play.
And just to add another thing, okay. There were four participants, 4 candidates in the election in Arizona. And that was one of the subsequent elections so far, where you have almost 4,000 Grenadians who were able to handle that election, that convention, without any chaos. So we have been doing it, and we'll teach people how to do it. But this board is incompetent. They are dysfunctional, and they don't have the rationale to be able to handle things properly. So I want to see what they're going to do during this convention. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Mr. Khan, as you are the current president of GGAD, are you also an official or active member of GGAA? You being the current president of GGAD?
No, I'm not an active member of GGAA, official of GGAA. Of course, GGAA is a mother organization of Grenadians in the country. So automatically,
are you a member of GGAA?
Considerably, yes, I am. But go ahead.
No, but I want to set my premise here. The reason I'm just trying to make sure that before I ask this question, that build the premise here. Okay, so you are current president of GGAD. You are still a member of GGAA. Am I correct?
You're right. Yes.
Are you allowed to vote? So you are going to vote on May 11th, correct?
Definitely. Nothing stopping me from voting. I'm eligible to vote as long as I pay my fees and dues. I'm eligible. I live in Texas.
Okay. And you are welcome to the constitution of GGAA. Am I correct?
Very, very well.
Okay. So now, in this situation here, do you think that Mr. Kala is waiting to hear from the current leadership, or what is the channel that if such thing occur that Mr. Flo would do? Will he run straight to the board of directors, or will he pass? You have to channel his grievances through the current leadership.
Sometimes I understand bureaucracy. People will say go here and go there, but it is clear in the function of the national administration, they run the day-to-day activities of the organization, which includes the president is strictly assigned under the national president. Chapter president are currently assigned to the national president when it comes to bureaucracy. However, if there's a constitutional crisis, it's not taken care of by national administration. A constitutional crisis is handled by the board. So the situation going on in Minnesota right now it's a constitutional crisis. It's not just the other person now, the other people that won't come with making flour, they won't happen, then you send for Diaspora that can resolve it. Not the issue. The issue is they are saying that you have people who are not considered registered member, who don't pay, who have not paid due for years, coming in and seizing power from another person who is running the day-to-day activity. So there's a constitutional crisis. That issue is strictly for the board. Of course, the board is saying you send the issue that the national administration will not address, send it to them, and they will send it to us. That's just for nothing bureaucracy, because we ended up to them in the first place. So if we went ahead and if floor judge went ahead and sent this constitutional crisis to the national administration, they won't handle it. They will send it to the board. So why go through all this the China that had no reason you're going through? So I think he did the right thing to notify the board on the constitutional issue going on. However, they said he should go through the national administration, and Florida did that. But let me say something. One of the things that our leader would do if something happened, whether you engineer it or not, don't pretend say you actually not engineer it. You wait and go through a due process before you take a side. Bobby Toden took over illegally. It took just 2 days when Diaspora and National Administration went there and recognized them. That's not good. It shows that they get hands all into it. And we are in the same community. People are saying it, that they even send money to Minnesota to register non-Grandidians so that they can have number. And let me tell you here, I will tell you tonight that Madam Poa has been defeated or even at her backyard in Philadelphia. I can give you numbers. In Philadelphia, in Philadelphia, Amano team is up by 17 points. I mean, register people who are supporting us, we know them. We are up by 17 points. You come to Iowa, we are up by 36 points. You go to Kentucky. The last information we got from, she was up by 8. The last information we get now, we beating her by 7 points in Kentucky. The Dakota, she not get any chance. We beating her in North Dakota by almost 18 points. We beating her in South Dakota by they say 13 points there. When you can go with all these numbers, and Arizona, we just whipping her. Texas, she got only 7 people in Texas out of almost 60 people. If you put all the numbers together, the woman is being strictly defeated. They never expected Mr. Otavio Gbarzon to reach out to the youth and bring them on board like this. It's a strange thing.
How accurate are those stats that you?
Because we run the numbers. That's what we do. We run the numbers. We register these people ourselves. We encourage them and put them there. That's how we come up with these numbers. We run them ourselves. That's exactly what we did. And the poor people knows that, because they know that they have 50 some more people here in Iowa. They know that. So they do the same thing.
Yeah, but just to add to Victor, 1 minute, just to add to Levi, if you are in the lead with the staff and your statistics are good, wouldn't you want to cut the thing off? You definitely want to cut it off. So why you keep extending the deadline from the 6th to the 12th? First from the 1st to the 6th, from the 6th down to the 12th, because she want to get chance so that Minnesota can come up with 300 people that she infused into the Grandidian system during the time she ran against Jane Ubote. So, and we know where the people are coming from.
In addition to that, before you come with your question, in addition to that, the poor administration is working the game, they think that they will win, but they're making a mistake, because most of us have served in a campaign management team before, so we know exactly what she's doing. The first thing is that she made the election commission to give Minnesota so-called rebel administration time to register. So when we heard it, the heat came up, then the election commission said, okay, everybody can register at the same time now. What did you give them? What did you give Bobby Today chance to register people when it's supposed to be all over the state? so that we can go again and start registering. But the first time when she recognized Bobby Tody, she said Bobby Tody can go out. The election commission said, "Oh, Bobby, you can go ahead and register."
So
why
that's
you can't be open?
Yeah, that was my next question here.
Yeah,
And you opened it up, and I appreciate that. That was my
right.
next question. The election commissioner, due, due to this recent chaos and how the Bobby became the president, of Minnesota chapter, why is the election commissioner even allowing this for Minnesota chapter to pretty much be, to register, and the problem is not solved? As a election commissioner, don't you think that he should put a heart on that? Say, okay, you know what? Because of what occurred, until this is solved, we are not going to recognize Minnesota vote. I'm a little bit concerned here.
Very good. You see, that's what I said, that we have been in this campaigning mood before. We know exactly what is going on. When we were in Rhode Island, there was this registration that was going on. The president at that time decided to register people that were not Grenadian. And she took the voter registration card and kept it by herself because she was making sure that Mr. Collins win that election. That one got New England, Rhode Island people angry because most of the people that were going against Collins, they were from New England. So they were from Rhode Island. So they was deprived from voting. So they said, okay, this time we will have to be ourselves. Now, if the election commission will be free, fair, and transparent, every decision that they're taking should benefit all the chapters, the stakeholders. Why the election commission decided to give Bobby Tody, a rebel leader, now a chance to register, and not all the other chapters to say, look, in fact, let me give you a time extension. But when we start talking about it, that's the time you say, okay, everybody can register. These are things then that we know, we are expecting from the election commission, that they will not be transparent. I don't care how my colleagues free, the field, but that's how I'm looking at it.
Okay,
because
but
the election commission.
Let's clarify something here. Let's establish something here. And I want us to keep this conversation civil and professional. All right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't want you to label Bobby as a rebel leader, because he did not use arm to pretty much take over. Am I
No,
correct?
you rebel. No. The rebel does not mean
That's not a bad
if you
name.
rebel
That's
against
you
someone,
are
you are a
rebel.
rebel.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's
yeah, but
not a
I
bad name. I
know,
know people think it'll be a bad name.
No. It's not
but the
about what woman.
connotation, yeah, but the context that you're using it in, one will consider him that he's aggressively and forcibly pretty much took this role.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Because
let me ask you, Victor. So let me ask you, Victor. So
Yeah.
if you have a constitution, and the constitution says before you become a member, you must be a due pay member. Okay? And you have 21 people who are not paid due in the chapter, who are not paid due for the current year in the chapter. And we refuse to pay. And then they come out and say, well, we're removing somebody who is a due pay member, who is elected, who was elected rather, a due pay member, and 29 people from that chapter are already paid due to this person. So don't you think the people are rebelling? And once who rebel is called what? A rebel. But let's just put that aside 1 minute. Just put that aside 1 minute. Okay? We're not going to argue on the terminology. But the fact remains that the institutions have to be respected. If you don't respect your own constitution, then you don't have an institution. So the first thing is that either administration should not even allow Bobby to do that, because they can do the same thing to her. They can do the same thing to our backyard. A certain president right now, you want to tell me that due pay members can call a meeting and say, like, you know what happened? From the day we don't want to eat it, and keep eating it up. Is it constitutional? No. Okay. There must be a grievance. You must put a grievance first. What you do, write the national administration and the board that our president, as they claim to say now, our president overstayed. But that argument cannot hold because there are a lot of people that overstay around here. Okay.
Like, kind of overstay.
So when you talk about
Mr. Pyne,
overstay,
let me add something.
okay,
Right.
come on.
According to Minnesota Constitution,
Right.
nobody can just wake up some money, you just jump from your horse, something may be then you go call meeting. The meeting had to be presided over by the current president.
Yeah, that's the mistake they
And
made.
they just woke up, come out the and woke up, they go call meeting. You there's nothing in the constitution called, oh, you're a former president, you are VP, you this and that, you're allowed. No, it's not. So in this context, let's say Florida refusing to call meeting, what they would have done, collect signature, write to the national administration. We have a president who overstayed for 7 years. He refused to call meeting, and we wanted the national administration to intervene. The national administration then, because it became a constitutional issue, they will go and do whatever they can do, and if they can't handle it, they involve the board. You can't just wake up some money time, you jump on it, you know, you got your acquaintance and your family. When you can't get numbers, you just call them, let go and remove somebody. That's unconstitutional. And let me lay the premise for the the national. You asked a question about whether the election will be free and fair. And I respect Erite, and Erite, who I know very well from Arizona. He worked with me for a very long time. He's somebody who parade on self-respect and carry himself. But let me just tell you, Erite was a former vice president candidate to Idipua.
Right.
And Idipua on the team, on the election commission, I think there are 5 people. Erite was his former vice president. And 2 other ladies there, they are, one is her uncle wife, and the other one is her auntie. So she got 3 people already, 3 out of 5 that are her direct relative. She got connected to directly. And then, of course, the other person in question also had a relationship with. So she got her family member on the election commissioner, and then her former VP is also on the election commission. That's pretty much can be considered a conflict of interest. However, the people were elected, so we are looking at them with equal eyes. And from things that we are looking at, we wrote there a certain time about extension of days for election, given the inconvenience of time. They never pick out a letter to respond back to us as a political
The
body.
election commission.
They not
The
responded.
election commission, they never responded to us. When Bobby told him make a verbal request to them, like he went on radio and said, I'll ask everything to extend, or automatically they extended the time. Then now quoting our letter that we wrote him months ago that he never responded to, they say, oh, even there are many people wrote me before and they want an extension. We are not children here. We are not. Let's be serious for once now. So there's a parable in crime that says, or not even in crime, but in the Liberian context that says, if your Christmas will be good, you experience it on the eve. So the things we are experiencing now, we hope that our Christmas will not be like that when it comes to the election. And we all know the gang of people who continue to parade our candidate, trying to turn him in who he's not. He's your child, he's this, he's not what they call. And when we say one thing, they go around and politically ejaculate all over the place.
So, gentlemen, let's go back to this issue of Minnesota here, because I'm trying to really get to the depth of it. Okay, let's go back to the phrase they're rebelling. All right. So Bobby overthrew this guy by using votes, or by using people within the chapter officials. He did not overthrow based on votes like a coup d'etat, where when you at least the folks will be scared accept this government, because why? The government is came through arm. All right. Now, if Bobby if George Floyd have stayed and still have the support of his people, why are these people recognizing Bobby? That's why I'm confused. Why are these people still recognizing Bobby the way Bobby came into his position? Why are they not
Yeah.
saying, okay, we're not going to recognize you? You know, we are not. We're still recognizing Mr. Floyd as our president until we go through a democratic process.
Yeah, that shouldn't confuse you. That shouldn't confuse you, Vitom. For the mere fact is that those who are recognizing Bobby are the same group of people that Bobby subscribed to. These are the same group of people that say they're not going to pay them $120 because they don't want to pay that due. So these people came together. The people that were flawed are those that pay the due. So you see, there's no confusion there. The people that don't want to go by the Constitution, they say that they pay the monthly due of $5 every month, $60 a year. They don't want to do it.
So the
So
odd
now,
number. So are you saying that those people that didn't pay that due outnumber those that paid that due?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that is it.
Yeah,
So now I come in. Now the Constitution says those who pay dues are the members. So those who pay the dues because of the meeting they had. Look, if the Constitution says, if the Constitution tells you that to be a member you must pay due,
Right.
the certain administration in the chapter how to enforce that.
Yes.
So if they say, look, we are paying $5 every month for meeting due, that is the chapter prerogative. So $10 every month, 12 months will be what? $120. If you say $5 every month, 12 months will be $60. 1 year you don't pay, that's $60 on your bike. 2 years you don't pay, that's $120. Now they are not paid for 3 years. So they took on 1 year and say, okay, let's pay for 2 years. So the 2 years, all they have to do is to negotiate with Floyd.
Okay. In addition to that, hold on.
Let's before and I know I'll give you a chance to answer that question, but in answering that question, go ahead and also respond to this statement from Urias here. I'm going to put it on the screen here. He said that there's a talk show going on now that the people are saying they do not want his leadership. So who is he talking about now? Is he talking about
Bobby Tues?
Bobby Tues.
Bobby Tues.
Right.
Because on Prince Double show right now,
Yep.
you got the board chairman. That's why I was just looking at just now. You got the board chairman with Milton Khan. You got Yvonne Vlay. You got George Floyd George himself. You got Muna Bay Cooper. Okay, and they are saying that the leadership of Floyd George is the leadership of Minnesota.
And
you see, so right there, there's confusion. There's constitutional crisis. Now, somebody just wrote on Prince Double Show is why he didn't recognize Bobby with our investigation.
And that's my question when because she will be appearing on the show next week. So that's my question I'm going to ask her. That's one of the first questions, But anyway, go ahead, Mr.
Yeah, in addition to this Salaga, it's not that they just sat down or Mr. George just threw the numbers there. They are meeting. They are meeting, and people suggested, and they were voted upon that they all agreed to pay $120 because he was looking at $240.
Yeah,
and they met and they agreed in that meeting that they should pay that amount, the $120. Now, even though people pay the $120 because they were agreed in the meeting. After they left the meeting, people were mumbling. Some people now that didn't attend the meeting, but the decision was made at the meeting. So they started thinking, oh no, we don't want to pay that money. We will pay $10. But about 20-some people already agreed. Okay, 29 people already agreed to pay. So in that very day when we met in Iowa, they were talking, and then Flaw said, look, I got no problem. If we go back, we'll call a meeting, and then we can discuss it again. Anything you say you want to pay, that's fine. I don't have any problem. That very Sunday, Mr. George, he had a meeting with his family.
Because Eden are a cousin.
They had a meeting with the family.
They let Eden.
They left from there when Bobby then left from there on that Saturday. They went to Minnesota and had a meeting without Mr. George. People that attended the meeting, none of the people that paid the $120 were in our meeting. That's how those that didn't pay money, they went to the meeting.
Yeah. So you see.
So you see what I'm coming from.
So you see right there, there are two group of people.
Yeah. So
one following the constitution,
and the other one there decided to come out. So now the people that went with Bobby Turi are people that want to pay $10. So what we are saying is that if the people want to pay $10, they should have waited for Mr. George to come back, call meeting, and then go back to the drawing board.
Yes.
With our numbers.
Yes. Go to that meeting and take a vote.
With our numbers and take a vote.
But they rush.
You understand why we're talking about rebelling? So they're rebelling against Mr. Floyd.
They're not rebelling, Mr. Floyd. They rebel against the Constitution.
The Constitution. Because they already agree by that.
Yes.
So Mr. George went and sent the money that he had as a president to the national administration. The national administration accepted the money. He accepted a due, the city fee, which is $300. Now they want to accept Bobby with the money and due. So we'll see whether they will be having two presidents at that convention.
Yeah, and we hope to. We look forward to talk to Bobby and also talk to Mr. Floyd and also have that. I can't wait for that interview with Madam Poir. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Khan.
So what I want to clarify tonight, people will come on here and say why the team Emmanuel, when they claim they are winning, and they will come on here and put all kind of soliloquies together here. And the only reason we are doing this is that this community need to be respected. We need to live as a respected community who abide by the rule of law. And we are not a bunch of chicken haircuts and running all around here. The norm of Grand Gedeh Association, there are certain people who call themselves the elite who will sit there and considerably make decisions that will hurt other people, and they think it will be okay. And they've been doing this forever. So this year we are saying those kind of behavior will be stopped. And their fear is a young man is coming in who get contacts, who have the know-how to do things they don't know how to do. He's coming in, he's going to change the culture, and it will not be the business as old. So they got to do everything in their books to sabotage his ascendancy to the presidency. And they can't do it because when it started, they thought they would have just badmouth him and people would not vote for him. You would not even have somebody to follow him. But now when the numbers come out and they need that, they're falling behind almost 200 points. So what they left to is to create rebel activities. They created one in Minnesota that happened now. They were even creating them. I can break this news. They were creating one in Arizona where they said LGA overstayed, and they were trying to compare him to have election to put their body there. The person who can manipulate things like they are doing now in Minnesota to do so. And it did not work because the board the people in Arizona understand their constitution, and they get a board member who can think twice. So they didn't do that. It was just last week when that happened in Arizona as well. So we are telling Grenadians we won't do this every single year. And the goal of Madam Poir is to go to Kentucky and hope that she can get wet ballot, and that will not happen. Madam Poir will not get wet ballot. We will go to Kentucky, and the Grenadian people will speak. Anybody who try to intrude people who are not part of Grand Gedeh Association, these people will be disqualified, and the real people of Grand Gedeh Association will vote, and it will be defeated.
Okay, Mr. Khan, just a follow-up question here. Mr. Khan, as a president of Grand Gedeh Association and Diaspora, if Mr. Gilman wins, if Mr. Gilman wins and Mr. Gilman, comes to you and be like, Mr. Khan, let's have a roundtable discussion and merge these two powerful organizations, what would be your statement?
GGAD have been open to peace talk since January time. Even from the very get-go when this thing happened, Mr. Gwen have been out there, opening himself out to speaking to people so that we can bring the thing together if possible. And we did it during Djibouti time. It did not hold water. We do it doing even as we are speaking now. We even are engaged, and they had this thinking where they have created a situation where Angle, a bunch of Grand Gideon, like Jason Jerry was saying last time, we don't care about GGAD anymore. You, Jason Jerry, don't have the mantle of Grand Gideon Association. You're not the one who formed this organization. So any Grand Gideon who is able to listen to the plight of other Grand Gideon and bring on the table discussion, we are waiting to discuss to iron out the difference. And because us to say, yeah, this is a time to merge these two organizations. If we both agree on it, we can do so. And we have been open to that for a very long time. Years ago in Iowa, when we came there and opened up platform in Iowa, where we're discussing peace and they sabotage that process. So I'm saying whether Idepoa win the election, if she can go there perfectly and win the election, if she can do that, and she approach us to talk about peace, we will also do that. Mr. Otavio Gilmore, and show us that the number one thing on his platform as well will be making sure the Grenada community is united. And because he understands that, if he brings it on the table and not at the other people, we will talk about it.
Mr. Pyne.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just what is your thought of both of you on GGAD, coming back, and being part of GGAA, or the merger, or just having one powerful Grenadier organization in the Americas. What is your thought on that?
Well, Levi, JJ here can tell you that I've been in the forefront of this thing here. In fact, that's why I was removed from the board, because I wanted people to remain peaceful. Let's respect one another. So my presence alone on the team with the Gamer Slew signifies that we are unity already. You had Levi on the show with us tonight. Levi already endorsed Gamer. So there's no hurdle there. All we just want is that after we receive the mandate from the Grenadians, and then we'll put this into perspective. So that is one of the things that we need to work on. Any leader need to work on it. But they will tell you that after I come to power, I will put the Grenadians together. And when they get there, then they start doing different things. They have different agenda altogether. Some of the agenda that they will not even achieve anything. So for us, that is a cardinal interest of Grenadians. We're going to make sure that since we all come together, you see Levi on the show with us tonight. You see Mr. Dennis. Mr. Dennis used to be with that way, okay, before it became Diaspora. So we're all going to work through that. There's nothing big that we can't do now because our minds are all set. Unity, transparency, and hard work. We want to make farms in Liberia. We want the children in Liberia to go to schools to have notebooks. We want to continue projects that are visible. We don't want to continue projects that are white elephant or projects that you can't achieve. You don't have money and you want $350,000 project. Yeah? You don't even have good 100,000 in your account. The higher you have in your account is 60,000. Even that money, we can't even see it. There's no report. We say, okay, yes, it is a good thing that you establish the cash app. Well, when the money comes from me, I know say I put your cash app, you go to a bank. But what is the report? What is the quarterly report that's supposed to go to the board? The board is not even asking for that. Now we're going to election, we don't know how much we have in the account that we will reach there before they make report. So you see all these things here, that these are things that are dragging the organization down. And these are the kind of things we're going to stop. And GGAD and Grand GGAD Association will come together under the umbrella of Gamer Slew, and they will carry on the development efforts, initiatives of GGAD, along with the platform of Amanu. Because Amanu want to invest in the districts. GGAD has already carried on investment. They are empowering market women. They have a market structure. They are investor in infrastructures. So therefore, it will not be difficult for us to try to infuse funds into the organizations for them to be able to work hard.
So are you a member of both GGAA and GGAD?
I'm a universal crown man. So I belong to every organization that has the Grenadians I have. So yes, I'm a member of GGA. I'm a member of GGAD. I'm a member of Lasana Age Group. I'm the chairman for United Chain Association. I'm a member of a Chain District Association. All the organizations.
Yeah. All right. So, what is your thought on that, Mr. Dennis?
Well, you know, it's good that we're talking about unity when it comes to GGAD and GGAA. If you look at the Gammon Slew team right now, I don't think there's any question about the both organization. The former CEO and president of GGAD just endorsed the Gammon Slew team, Honorable Fred Guian. Now we got a current president of GGAD again endorsing publicly the Gammon Slew team. So what is the big deal again? It means that they know exactly what the Gammon Slew team will be doing. The platform is something that they can work with. Their unity dream is something that they can work with. And we are all Grenjidans. It's just that some other group of people will say, I will, I will, I will. But GGAD have done things that we have seen. They got a market building, even with the community college. There's an internet, something they're working on there.
They pay.
They pay for it.
They pay.
The hospital we're talking about, they bought this how do you call it? Incubator in the hospital.
And I'll call you. This year, not even being recognized by the Grand United Association. To even say kudos, you know, that you did this thing here. They don't even want to, because even measuring them means that they are showing their own deficiency.
Exactly. So most of these things there.
I think one of the reasons they have not mentioned it or recognized that you know, they feel that GGAD is not supposed to be, you know, in existing, you know, or not, maybe it's that competitor or not supposed to be around or supposed to be part of them. So even though GGAD is carrying on some initiative that is benefiting Grenjidans, but I don't know why they are not. The main reason they are not recognizing what GGAD is doing.
So why is the premise of the invite, you know, for us to come together? What's the premise?
If you're not recognizing what the people doing,
yeah, but that's
you have
why
to recognize them in order for you to bring them closer.
Yeah.
But if you say, "Oh, let me just do anything they do,"
GGAD, thank you for what you did. In fact, what you're doing, we applaud it.
Yeah,
we even want to help you, but we all can do this together.
Yeah, let's come together.
Let's come together. So why you can't even acknowledge that?
So you mute it.
You mute.
So what I'm saying is
the
Amoeno team, a member high-ranking a personality from GGAD can be supportive of the Amunya team. Then you should know that they all talk about unity, because these are the, if you look at the membership or in the elite of Amunya, Amenu, you see that former presidents are all members. John, I mean to say they know exactly what the particular team stands for. Like Augustine Menye, the only president that contributed a generator to the hospital from Pennsylvania when you were president. The only president that has a statue or monument of Samuel Kanyan Doe in Zwedru. I mean, we got most of the, I don't want to go here and there, some board members. So everybody gravitating towards this thing. And the young adult, you asked a question, and I told you about it, because they don't have, this administration don't have a program for the young adults or for the young people when they go to the places. So they just go there to just vote and come back. That's all. Some of them will be in a hotel up to Sunday for them just go and vote. Because no activity. They're not going to listen to our only time songs we'll be singing over there. I know Pepe, all the kind of things. About Plazo, all the kind of things. They didn't get time for those things there.
But
so what you want to do is to create something for the children there, for the young adult to go to the play and say, look, there'll be a kickball team for the girls, a football team they will be playing. Maybe some people will be playing volleyball. Some activity. You have to infuse them into this convention that will motivate the young people to go there. So right now, that the young adults that gravitated towards the Abueno team, people that you don't see, you will see them there. The young people and the DJ, the music that will be playing at our resort, where the headquarters going to be. You can't play, you hear all the kind of good music. You not be hearing one only time music and all the kind. I mean, we try to bring some happiness, some recreational activity within the Grand Gedeh Association again. And I promise you, after this election, the next election, your baby guy, your little brother or your daughter or your son, y'all want to come to the Grand Gedeh Association convention again. Thank you very much.
All right, let's respond to this viewer's question here. So this is Gabriel. Gabriel is a reporter for current situation in Grand Gedeh, Zueju. Yeah. So I think he's awake and he asked a question here, and any of you guys can respond to that here. I want to know whether the GGAA as a mother organization gave room for another sub branch within the constitution. So any of you guys can respond to that.
Yeah. Just to
the sub branch.
Yeah, coming to that. What he means is that sub branch as a mother organization are the chapters. Okay, so these chapters carry on the day-to-day work of the mother organization in those chapters. So yes, GGA in these constitutions give rights for chapters or states to create chapters. Where you have Grand Gedehs 15 or more in any states, they can create a chapter. That chapter is a sub-branch of the Grand Gedeh Association. And then they will have their own constitution, but the national constitution supervises or take prominence. So they have to have elections for board members. The members can pay dues and all of that. And now, if you are following, that's one of the problems we have within the Grand Gedeh Association now. These sub-branches do not want to follow the constitution. They're supposed to pay due every month. They're supposed to be able to have election every 2 years. But some of them are overstayed, like New York, Rhode Island, and New England. These people are overstayed. And some other sub-branches, when they call meeting, they don't go there. They set back and only wait for elections for them to go. So yes, indeed, the mother organization, GGA, has sub-branches, and these sub-branches are in the chapters.
And Sunday man calling from, I mean, writing from Grand Gedeh. I don't know, from Grand Gedeh or some part of the era.
Yeah,
this is why our organization is looking at in Grand Gedeh, because everything we do, we are in America here, but want to be doing more things in our county. And after our election, after this thing, when we have an office space here in Philadelphia, we're also going to create an office space too in Zueju, where we'll be dealing with people in our area. Because we're not going to be talking with somebody who will be moving all around on the phone that you say working for Grand Gedeh Association in the America. No, we have an office space also in our county.
So, gentlemen, this organization.
Let me weigh in a little bit on these branches.
Yes.
In reference to the Gamer Slew platform. And one of the things they envision is when you talk about Grand Gedeh, you talk about the NPC of Grand Gedeh. You got three different districts, and these district organizations in the states are very powerful. So what Gamer is saying is, let's make this thing very easy. Let's work together. When we become president, we will work directly with the district organization, so that when Gbarzon district is doing something in Gbarzon and they shut a little thing here and there, we can work together as a team, as a mother organization. Hey, Gbarzon district, you're trying to build the pump in the place here. You shut up $600. We can go ahead and give you $600. It doesn't have to be Grand Gedeh Association that will take project all over the place. So we will work directly, incorporate these district organizations, so that we can come under one umbrella, and articulating that we are the mother organization. That will really represent being a mother organization, because you spread your hands and you're assisting those organizations that's entitled to different districts. I think that's where we want to go. That's one of the things Otavio Gilmore and his team is asking Grenadian to give up the power so that we can effectively affect changes in each of the districts.
Thank you, Mr. Khan. What sparked brought about the existence of GGAD?
Of course, it's a well way past story. About 7 8 years ago, um, we felt the Grenadier Association board and at the time disenfranchised of group of Grenadians. To be specific, Fred Taluguyan was the president at the time, and the moment we came from Phoenix, Arizona, there was a gang formed against him to remove him from power because he wasn't part of the establishment that is being controlled by people like my own papa in Kansas City, Pape Kun, and the rest of the people. So the day when we came, they started fighting him, and they illegally removed Mr. Graham from the presidency of Grand Union Association. We went to court, and the court told us, "I know you guys are passionate in helping your people." And a lot of times people tell me, "Oh, they break it away." No, if somebody who has no plan for Grand Union try to sabotage your belief in helping your people, I don't have to go through you to help my people. I can do it directly. So a group of people, over 300 Grenadians agreed to say, hey, they can't stop us from helping our own people. We can go a different route to help our people. And that comes the foundation of GGAD. And right away when we started making impact in Nigeria. We make chairs, we got scholarships, we work in the hospital, and you guys are listing a lot of things that we do here. But all in all, we think the ideology that we are implementing in working with GGAD that makes us very successful and impactful to our Grenadian, to our family back home. We can, if there's a room open in Grenadian Association that they want to do the same, we can help them with that same ideology. And this is exactly what Otavio Gilman is opening to. He said, look, how this small group of people can do better things than the big group of people. So we need to come back together to fix it so we all can put our hands in one pot. And that's where we are today.
So GGAD been around for what, 10, 12 years now?
They've been around for, if I did my math correctly, since 2017. That would have been what? How many years? 7 8 years.
All right, and you guys have a membership of how much? How many people?
Our membership is about 300 people.
Okay, and you are the second president, right?
I'm the second president, correct?
Okay, all right. So we'll dive into it later, not tonight
Okay.
here, but when we bring you on one on one, we'll talk more about GGAD.
Yeah, I did.
So
I did a come and show, man.
yeah, so gentlemen, here we got 10 more minutes here to conclude here. So what we're going to do here, you guys are going to be a regular, and I should be honest to you guys. You guys going to be a regular on the show whenever you want to come on. Let me know. We will look at our schedule. We always, we have not discussed gender politics in a long time here. So usually when the election is coming, we try to, catch up with GGAA politics on Tuesday prime times. But we will try to, set Tuesday aside to be regular speaking with Grenadians, whether it's the current leadership or the opposition or different session organization within GGAA. So let's go to closing statement here. And in your closing statement, you can talk about anything that we did not discuss. So we will start with Mr. Levi Khan.
Oh, Mr. Valentine, I want to thank you for the opportunity tonight, giving us this platform to discuss. Everything we try to portray here is making sure that we create an organization that is able to cater to our people both here and back home. And if you follow the platform, the Gilmore Slew, they represent exactly that. They are not just looking at helping people back home; they are also looking at helping people here. So when you look in the platform, they're talking about establishing office here, or the over 90% of people who are not educated, who or the likes of Jason Jerry and the Bobby Today will go on show every night and be disrespecting Those are the people we want to stand for. Those are the people we want to help. If they have immigration issue, that we will help them figure their paperwork. If they have the insurance program, we will explain it to them and assist the people. 90% of us in the grinder community are not educated, you know, but we are here, we are working, we are powerful people, we are strong people, we are well known and respected people. And then, of course, on the other side, they say we are nothing. They're disrespecting us. Every night they're talking about we are not educated with this and that. That's why the old people in Iowa will vote for the Gibbon Slew. That's why the young people who have a different way of surviving and not going and not getting degrees. We are not we are not saying people shouldn't go to school to get degree, but at different ways in America where people here to be successful. We encourage all the people to come under the one umbrella Grand Union Association. We accept everybody. We are not only accepting educated people to be only in this frame. And of course, the platform provides for that. To speak to the Minnesota issue, that is clearly unconstitutional. You cannot go behind the sitting president and violate the Constitution to in the rebellion fashion to remove him. That if you have enough people to do that, go to a meeting. They can actually wait. Mr. Floyd called a meeting. They can tell your people go in the meeting and demand for change. That can happen. Of course, we know we're predicated on paying $120. And because they can't pay $120 to go vote for their candidate, they got to reduce it to $10 so they can carry 300 illegal Grand Unions or people who are not Grand Unions or people who are not in the organization, who are not due paying member to go to Kentucky and Florida election. We know that. So because that's why the president came out, the national administration did not investigate anything, and in hours they recognized the rebel authority. And unfortunately, we don't want to go back to 7 years ago where this organization got into turmoil. We don't want to do that. We are asking all Grenadians to be calm. That the government, there's a reason why we are up over 200 points over Idepoa, because she lack of leadership, and it's not her fault, because there's no mechanism that they can put in place to understand what kind of project, what kind of platform they can develop to help our people back home. And I told them one time, I say the semi-educated people who always go online and talk about people get PhD in the country, never look down on anybody. No PhD, although I know, look down on people in the country here. But the semi-educated people who say they got some degree that I entitled to, those are the people who always respecting Grenadians. And tonight we want to say the Emmanuel team will put forth the platform that will promise Grenadians. And when you give them the opportunity to lead this organization, there will be change in the organization. And that's the fear of the OGs. Because they think if they allow Otavio Gilman to establish a new pathway, there will be a lot of young people coming in to have the opportunity to take over. Again, I want to say thank you to them, Mr. Venting, for the opportunity they gave us. I am happy to be with my two big brothers tonight to have this conversation. Thank you.
And we love talking to you, Mr. Khan. You know, I know you and I, we chat back and forth when you're trying to hire me to do something. But we will always bring you back here. You know, we love talking to you. You know, we'll continue the conversation, and, you know, before we even meet in Kentucky. So, Mr. Dennis, please answer the question before you give your concluding statement. If Mr. Otavio Gilman, or let's say the Gilman Slow team, loses or, you know, be defeated on May 11th, will you guys accept the result?
Well, it had to be free and fair. If it is free and fair, yes. If it is not free and fair, definitely we would not accept the defeat.
Well, give your concluding statement.
Thank you very much. I just want to say thank you to. I know you have another panel who you said was coming on, but we haven't seen him. But we hope that one of these days he will come up.
He's coming on Thursday.
Oh, that's fine. But I just want to say thank you for giving us this platform, for us to speak to our people.
Yeah.
That you on Facebook, you on whatsoever that they are listening to us. I just want to tell the Grangians, this election, we should not take it like sessional or travel thing. We shouldn't say, look, because I'm from Gbarzon and JJ Dennis from Gbarzon, I'm supporting him. Let's be realistic. Let's look at the issue. Let's look at the platform. And now look at the people that supporting me as member of the Abranu team. Why people are supporting different people. It's not just Chin people, not just Gbarzon people. I mean, I just don't want for it to be like Bobo versus Chin. No. Now look at the issue. Who will make you to benefit? Now look at the past. What have either done? We talk about transparency. Okay, we got money in the bank. How much we got there? Nobody knows. What have she done physically since she took over? She came as a vice president. She was a vice president for 2 terms, 4 years. So our expectation was, because maybe their expectation was because she was vice president, so she would do something better. Okay, can you prove to me today, what have she done for which you want to give her a second chance? Is it because that's your relative? Is it because you're friendly with her? Or you going for Grand Gedeh Association or Grand Gedeh? So let's be realistic. And with what is going on in Minnesota, we use the word rebelling against the constituted authority. It's not like majority bloc in Liberia or minority bloc. Now look at the Constitution. You can't come and just come in to say, oh, I want to do this because I want to help Edith. No, nobody here to help Edith. You must help the Constitution. Let's all hold the Constitution. And we are saying here tonight, or I'm saying here tonight, because I have watched so many elections. Let's forget it. This time around, we are not going to forget it. We are going to make sure that the T will be crossed, the I, the dot will be there, the B will have its stomach. When we get to Kentucky, the right thing must be done. And we pray that the Election Commission will be very neutral and be honest to make sure that the election is free and fair. The ballot will be counted before they are cast. They will be counted after the ballot are cast. We're not going to run with the ballot to somebody's house. We have seen it, and we're not going to repeat those things there. You will be there, and I hope that the Election Commission will allow you in the booth where they will be counting the ballot for you to see it. That's how we did it in Ohio. Before 3 o'clock, the ballot was already counted. We're not going to take it and say tomorrow. We're not going for tomorrow. So I'm appealing to Grand Gedeh to be calm, especially the Amoeno team members who are supporting. Nobody should say anything until we can get to Kentucky. And I pray that we'll come back on your show. If we don't come again, we'll hope to see each and everybody in Kentucky. Thank you very much.
No, we will always invite you guys here. So I got a question here for Mr. Pyne before he can include that in his concluding statement here. So Mr. Pyne, if Otavia wins and the election and asks you or invite you, say, Mr. Pyne, we have a position for you and list maybe a few positions for you to choose from here, what will you do? Would you accept it and why?
Okay, thank you. I got my first bachelor's degree in 1982 from Cotton University College. I was just 23 then. So you do the math now and know how old I am. But the point here is that I'm in the business of educating young people. The reason today you hear Pyne name as a household name is because when we fled from Liberia and went to the Ivory Coast, I stopped the children from going back to Liberia to fight war. I wanted to pick up the baton to fight the education war another day. And that's what I've been doing. So I taught. And on this platform tonight, Levi is one of my students.
Wow.
I got $1 million from Levi. The $1 million is not cash, but it's from Levi performance. It's from Levi intelligence. And that's what I want to do. So it's not a matter of position in Gilmore administration, but what Gilmore promised to do and what he has to achieve is what is paramount to me. So the position is the advice that I'm giving him. So I will always give him good advice as I am doing. But one of the things we need to look at tonight, Vinton, is the issue of us looking at one another.
So are you saying that you would decline the position and just say, I just want to be your advisor?
What? It's a position.
Yeah, advisor is a position. In fact, that's a big position.
Advisor.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, but what I will not do.
Someone can volunteer. No, Mr. Palm.
Come on.
So if someone can volunteer to be an advisor, or to be, someone to just advise you, but that does not necessarily be it's a official position. So so my question was, we are talking about official position.
Yeah. Say for example,
position within his administration.
Yes, I will take a position. I will take a position. Take for example, I will take a position. I will take a position as a cabinet minister to implement projects that I can do. Okay, but I will make sure I bring the young people into leadership, so I can be able to help them to foster their ideas and make sure they push through. So definitely, a cabinet position as a committee head to implement those objectives that we stood for. For example, like this insurance stuff we're talking about, we are willing to do anything to support the administration. And because we stood with them, right now I'm the chief strategist. The three of us here, we are strategizing for them. This is the deputy, this is the secretary for the strategy team, Levi is the secretary for the strategy team. So what we want to do is that to put this system in the perspective that it's a real non-for-profit organization. The Grand General Association should be the model organization. Like my little brother just said from Zvedru. Let it be the model organization to help the mushroom organization and the district organization. And we'll bring in system that this election thing we're talking about will be curtailed so that we'll have a revolving system of leadership from the three districts that we won't have any problem. In the United Chair Association, that's what we do right now, Victor. We don't have election. Okay, we don't have election. We have two sections of the chairman and the chairperson. So after 3 years, it go to the chairman. After another 3 years, it go to the chairperson. And we just do that. So that way, we focus on implementation and not castigating people here and there. But one thing I want to take tonight is to thank the Garland people, the Garland ladies and men of Minnesota that are standing with Floyd George. The reason I'm telling them thank you is because they are standing by the rule of law. They shouldn't let people to navigate and make their good intentions to look bad. They could have waited for George. I believe in the people power. They could have waited for George and call for a vote of confidence on George. They have the right to do that. And if George doesn't have the support of the people that are present, that's it. Victor, that's how we should do things. The people in Texas did it. Texas, Ninen,
the former president.
Yeah, Stephen Ninen.
Yeah, Stephen.
Stephen Ninen was one of my students. Just before, and the chapter had been a little bit dormant. It's not that he was completely raised up, but it's been a little bit dormant. And not pay a fee for almost 2 years. And last year, they didn't pay the fees. So I called him, what happened? Because we got interest in Texas. We got a lot of young people there. So Nina, what happened? He explained to me. I got on the phone with him. He called all the cabinet ministers. We were able to have a discussion. And I told them what to do. Call a meeting. He said, Mr. Pyne, I don't want to be president, but when I call a meeting, they don't come. I said, okay, we'll help you. That's how they call a meeting. Yeah, and then he sat on that meeting and said, look, Ataya, who y'all want to be president? They say, oh, we want this, but what Robson Gow? That's how Robson Gow and his team came in. And then they took the thing and wrote. There's no need for this kind of fiasco and diabolical situation to go on. So those who are standing with Floyd George, like the Yela, the leader Jabba and the Muna Bekopo and the Yvonne Vlay and Elijah Sampson, all of you, I'll tell you thank you. And the rest of you who names I can't call now, but among the 29 names that came up, I want to tell you thank you because you are following the rule of law. If you want to be recognized as people of trust and integrity, you go back to the drawing board and call for Floyd to be in a meeting. Bobby, you such a young man with good ideas and a lovely heart. But don't be mixed up with the kind of conspiracy that you have to hold your nose how do you call it that? Swallow the bitter pill to vote for Gedeh? Because you want to swallow the bitter pill to vote for Gedeh, so you want Gedeh to be president at all costs? Bobby, you are losing your role in the society, my man. You might want
and I can remember some time ago he said this organization was formed by his uncle.
That's uncle. Yeah, my own uncle too.
Exactly.
My nephew.
Then he want for it to go bad.
So, and I want you guys to be honest here. And this question is to three of you guys. And I know you guys
but
have
I won't
personal
finish my
relationship.
conclusion. I'll finish my conclusion statement, yo.
No, yeah, I know you still concluding, but I want to.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right, go on. Yeah, go on.
I don't know Mr. Pyne, but let me squeeze in a question quick here.
Yeah, squeeze the question.
Mr. Pyne still got the flow here. And
Yeah.
I want to squeeze in a quick question here to you, to three of you guys here. Do you guys know these two gentlemen here? You have personal relationship with them, Mr. Floyd and Bobby, right?
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys reached out over the phone to Bobby and say, Bobby, my man, what you did was not fair. You guys could have done maybe vote of confidence or something. You know, did you guys talk to Bobby over the phone about this incident?
No, for me, no. I didn't call him. I don't want to call him.
Okay.
Because I knew exactly what he was doing. That's what he did. So I'm not going to call him. And he did it with the concern of the national administration. So no need of me calling him.
Where is that? What was the question?
No, you are asking whether we ever gave Bobby a call.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So you guys have personal relationship with Bobby. Have you guys give? Let's talk to the professor. I'll be calling you Professor Pyne. Is that okay?
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. And to add to that, I taught in Ivory Coast, and then I taught in Ghana. Okay, and I taught a community college in Ghana before coming to the States. So professor is what I really prefer that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and no, because I wanted to ask first and make sure that you agree with that before I calling you professor. So Levi, can you answer that question quick before I go to Professor Pyne here to conclude? Or did you reach out to Bobby in any way to say, oh, my man, you know, this thing you're doing is not good here. So, you know, colleague or maybe, you know, someone that we all in the same organization. Did you reach out to Bobby?
I reached out to the both guys. Unfortunately, I did not speak to Bobby. He didn't answer his phone.
Okay.
And I was able to talk to Mr. George, and we have a similar conversation. He, kind of explained his part. But I'm hoping that if I have time, I will still go ahead and reach out to Bobby.
Thank you. So, Professor, go ahead and finish your thought and give your concluding statement.
So, as I was saying, I just want to thank these gallant people of Minnesota that are fighting hard to uphold the Constitution. And I believe that everybody should be given a chance. Even those today that are supporting Bobby, okay, for whatever reason, they feel that floor should come down, should go through the proper channel. It should go through the mainstream of us doing things and not outside of the mainstream. So they can have a meeting. It's not lit yet. It's not lit. Bobby can call Floyd. We can all talk to Floyd. You'll have a meeting. And if at all they have a vote of confidence, they want to put in Floyd, if they put it through, if it goes through, fine. If it don't go through, you'll come together. But this thing does not represent Gedeh. Not at all. And not this in Minnesota. This is the second time happening. Minnesotans should be ashamed that this kind of thing is always coming from them. We're not hearing from anything I did in Philadelphia. Okay? In Philadelphia, I'm not saying that what they did here is wrong. The certain administration, the vice president, was part of the team that I'm not saying the vice president ate the money. No, he's not. But the fact is that this administration has ate the money and ran away. But right, we should all get vexed and say, you know what? Let all of them move.
Nobody was with the concern of the vice president when the man took the money.
But I know we didn't come to that yet. Okay. But what I'm saying is that we didn't say, okay, so the vice president, the president ate the money, he ran away, all of y'all move. The vice president is still sitting there, he's conducting the affairs. Now we asking him questions. Okay? We want his report. We want to know how things have been going. But we didn't just jump on and say, okay, so the vice president and the president ate the money, all of y'all move from there. No, you don't do things to that. So what I want us to do, Vinton, is that let's go to Kentucky. You see, 12 o'clock midnight, even terms as an administrator of Gedeh is over. But she still have link with the convention because they planned it. All right. But until the election comes out on Sunday and the winner, we don't have a president. So it's the board and the convention. And there, the convention is a higher decision-making body. If the board cannot actually and clearly states its role in this affairs of Floyd George and the Minnesota case, it is the convention that's going to decide. And nobody going to silence the convention. That if they want to do in Minnesota, in Kentucky, then that would be the last and least mistake that they will do that will bring shame to them, not to the Grandians, but to them, because Grandians will know exactly who they are. So if they know what I know, let them get out of the people business when it comes to the convention, because the convention is going to decide all these things that the board cannot handle. So I just want everybody to be calm, like my brother said, and Levi said, everybody should be calm, and let's go to the convention. Nobody should stay back. Everybody, if you feel you have a voice in the Grand Gedeh Association, please make it your business to go to Kentucky. And I want to bless everybody, and I want to thank you, Ventum, for what you're doing. This program is very unique in the sense that it reaches out to everybody. Look at the little brother, our brother, I don't want to call him neighbor, sorry, brother. Look at the little brother that called from Zvedru. So this that we do here will give them the hope, okay? To give them the hope to even do something back there. Let's organize youth organization to link ourselves with a group in America so that some of the things they want to do back home, we can do it with them. So that's what we want to do. And we want to tell you thank you. And I bless everybody out there. Let's go to the convention.
Gentlemen, gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm learning from you guys a lot. Even though I'm asking these questions, but I'm learning, and the audience learning. Because I also have a different demographics that watch me, on different platforms. But I'm learning, gentlemen. Thank you, Professor Palm. Thank you, Mr. Dennis, and our CEO himself. Thank you very much. And as time goes by, we going to learn more about these two powerful organizations. I look forward to see you guys in Kentucky. I'm preparing for this. I will, in fact, I will be there by Thursday. Yeah. Cause we took our Airbnb, so we're gonna be there from Thursday all the way to Sunday. So we want to get to. It will be my second time in Louisville, Kentucky. I've been there. I think DJ Chris took me there a long time ago, maybe like 14 years ago. He and I went there for an event here. So I'm going back. I'm going to see the people of Kentucky. They're going to welcome Grandians from across the USA. We will be there. But before that, I will try to bring you guys back on the show again for us to dive into some other key issues. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. I extend my salutation to your beautiful family, and you guys have a good night.
And thank you too.
You.
Yeah.
And bravo to your team and your good work.
Yep. You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, gentlemen, here that was Professor Pyne, Daniel Pyne, current professor, what knowledgeable individual here. They all three are very intelligent, and Mr. JJ Dennis, and also Mr. Levi, president of GGAD. So good conversation, a lot of things to, discuss. We look forward to, some of you guys coming on. Thursday, we're going to have another guest. Let me see. I know he's going to be from the Gedeh team here. Let me go down. All right. So Thursday, we're going to have a youth from the from Gedeh camp here. Let me go down here. I just want to see his name here, but I'm working on the flyer for Thursday. Thursday, we're going to have a youth here from Gedeh camp here. Just kind of forgot his name here, but we are working on the flyer here. It will be out tomorrow, and he will be here to opine, talk about some initiative, and talk about his candidate and the way moving forward. So let's see here. Hold on, guys. Here, I just want to see our next guest on Thursday. Thursday. Let's go down the list here. We are going down the list for Thursday. This coming Thursday here. And we have an important guest. All right. I can't find his name, but I will. And for Thursday, but yeah, every Tuesday here, until we meet in Kentucky, we will talk more on the organization here and the road to 2025 National Convention / election in Louisville, Kentucky. But audience, thank you very much here. Thursday, one of Edith's a team will be on here. I forgot his name here, but I'm still working on the flyer. I can't find his name through my catalog here, but we will find the name later. Yeah, but the flyer drops tomorrow. Big shout out to Professor Pyne, Mr. Dennis, and Mr. Khan here for taking time off their busy schedule to come here to discuss Grand Gedeh politics here. And we look forward to speaking with any Grand Gedehs that want to come on Tuesday, Tuesday prime time here. We discuss organizational politics here, not only Grand Gedeh politics, but other organization who wants to come on and discuss that. Bring things to the limelight. Feel free to give me a call here. We'll schedule you. We'll schedule you. We're very busy. We're very busy. Sometimes I don't sleep because I have all activities I have to get done. But yeah, it's Current Situation Media for all your advertisement, promotions, flyers, events and planning and DJs, hall rental. Call us. The number is 515-326-1905. Our passion is our profession. That's what we did. We transform our passion into our profession. I can't hardly talk here. My mouth, everything is dry. We transformed our passion into our profession, and the rest of it is history. DMI, get ready. Again, another beautiful week. This coming Friday, Minnesota will be visiting, descending on DMI. Shout out to my man, Mr. York. He will be in the city. DJ Michael will be in the city. King Dada will be here too. He already lives in the city. DJ Victor, his birthday week, he will be in the city here. And it's going to be a fantastic. Also, special shout out to DJ Apple and DJ Godfather. Our DJ R2B, all the DJs in DMI, shout out to you guys. Keep putting the city on here. Keep making, sound, entertaining the folks here. We appreciate that. And we also appreciate my man, Gabriel, from all the way in Zweju, Grand Gedeh for watching. I know it's late over there, but he stayed up. And that's my field reporter here. We appreciate you two contributing and participating in this program here. And thank you to everyone here. You guys, thank you for stopping by here. But every Tuesday is called Tuesday Prime Time, where we discuss organizational politics in depth. All right, it will be GGAA, GGD, or GGAD, or Gbarzon Association, or Global Association, NEMA Association, any association here. Want to discuss organizational politics? Let us know. We'll schedule a time for us to come and have this discourse. All right. All right. Well, let not your hearts be troubled. Always continue to display good sense of humor. Smile more often. The more you smile, stay young. Always, display good sense of humor with people you interact with on a daily basis, and just stay positive. Maintain that high productivity as needed. To cater to your life, your family life, and stay humble. It's not a big deal to just stay humble. Be cool and stay humble. Don't exhibit too much frown, because the more you frown, you age faster. Tune in. It's Current Situation Media. Shout out to my reporters then back home. Big shout out to my man Thomas Cassell, Current Situation field correspondent in Monrovia. Shout out to our field manager Solomon Hooks, and once again shout out to Gabriel for tuning in here. Stay blessed. We will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Ladies' Night, Hot Topics. Flyer drops tomorrow morning as well. Good night. Frenchmen say, à tout à l'heure. À vous demain. Bonne nuit.